Thank you very much. I want to recognize the presence of the chairman of the Council of Elders of Okaigbe constituency, who also happened to be the first chairman of MDC for Okaigbe North, Mr. Francis Akagwe. Thank you very much for the work you've done for the MDC. I also acknowledge the presence of my elder sister who lives in this constituency, Sharifat Dundu, and her husband, my in-law, BC, who still owes me Akunja dues. He's been paying, he took my sister on credit and paying the Akunja dues in installments. Up to now, he hasn't finished paying. I also recognize my friend Mustafa Stopover. Many people call him Mustafa Masmo. And so I want to welcome all of you and thank you very much. And I'll be very brief. The chairman made two promises. One, that you will give me 100%. And I want to acknowledge that I believe you, because the last time you promised me in 2019, you delivered. And so I have no doubt that you will do the same for me this time. But the second promise was the more important one. And when he said it, my heart was gladdened. He promised me that after the 2024 election, after we finish voting, Okaigbe North will be the first to collate and present and I sincerely love that promise. Indeed, we're going to reward constituencies that collate and present their results before a certain time on 7th December 2024. Those constituencies and their branches are going to get handsome rewards. All of us are going to be involved. It's not going to be the duty of the elections director. It's going to be the duty of every single executive member to make sure, one, that we are vigilant at the poll, and no stray ballots come from anywhere into the box. 2, that we account for our results as early as possible. And 3, that we present our pink sheets signed and filled out properly at the time that we give you. And I announced already, especially for the branches, we're going to give you targets in respect of how many more votes we want you to add. And for those of you who achieve that target and exceed it, that's 1. 2, are vigilant at your polling station and make sure that everything goes well there. 3, you count and present your pink sheets at the right time. All those branch executives, 9-member branch executives, you will get a handsome reward. It is supposed to encourage you to do the work that the party expects to be able to win the election. And as I've said, you are going to lead that process. The campaign this time is going to belong to our branch executives. You will lead and the rest of us will follow you. And so like I've said, we will resource you with what you need to do that campaign. And so when those resources and logistics are ready, we know there are 275 constituencies in this country. We know how many branches each constituency has. And so we're going to allocate those resources and logistics to every constituency. And I've said that the mode of distribution is going to change so that we make sure that our branch executives receive these items. And so we will bring the items here directly, and we're going to get 3 people from each branch, the chairman, the secretary, and the women's organizer. And when you come, we will count and account for everything that has been brought. And you will sit and share. And we will sit and share it fairly. And then every branch will get its share, and then take it back to where you come from. And you I don't want to come like in the past, where I come to some of the branches and you meet your 9-member executives and nobody has a t-shirt. And when you ask, they say, look, we didn't even get one single t-shirt. It wasn't happening. So the t-shirts, the bicycles, the money, the motorcycles, the posters, and on 7th December 2024, that night we are all not going to sleep. We are not going to sleep. We are going to sit up and tally our results. We are going to go to the collation center and make sure that the right thing is done. And like I said, all of us are going to get involved in this process. We are going to select polling agents and train as many as possible. And it will be only on the day of the polling that we will know who are going to sit there. In order that nobody is incentivized by the opponent to turn his face away. And so all of us are going to be very vigilant on that day. Aside from that, we're going to take you through training, all of you, all our executives. We have a party school, we have lectures. Some of you may have attended the party school, you've got your certificates and all that. But I've asked that we decentralize the party school. So the party school should go around instead of expecting people to come to the school. And so on a day like this, they will call all of you. You will come into a session. They will lecture you on the history of the NDC. They will lecture you on the founders of the NDC, who were they, they will lecture you on the principles and ideology of the NDC. For instance, we say our ideology is social democracy. What is social democracy? You must be able to defend it when people talk about it. They will teach you what your roles as executives are. So if you're a chairman, you don't go and do the work of your secretary. If you're a secretary, you don't take your chairman's work and do. And so everybody will be taught what his role as a branch executive is. And then in addition, you'll be trained on the principles of campaigning. It is called persuasive communication. How do you convince a person to vote for your party? You will get all that training. And then once you have gone through that training, it will just be a day's training. Once you have gone through that training, we'll give you a beautiful certificate that says that you graduated from the NDC party school. And then you can go and frame it beautifully and put it in your room so that anybody who comes knows that this is an educated graduate from the NDC party school. Aside from that, in order that we'll have a closer relationship, because we often complain that once we finish elections, we don't hear from our elected leaders again. And so the suggestion I have made, and I've told the party executives, is that once a year, as president, we will come to every constituency and we will again call all of you from the branches. And this time, because we'll be in government, the ministers will be here with us. And we will brief you on what the government is doing for you. But the good thing is that you also will have the opportunity to tell us what your problems are and what your challenges are, so that it keeps our relationship close and we're able to interact with each other and be on the same wavelength. So that's one of the innovations we're going to bring. And then, in addition, we often have always sacrificed, because our party came from a revolutionary past. We believe that we must serve ourselves last. And so every time we sacrifice for the rest of Ghanaians to have a better life. But times are changing. We also have responsibilities. We have husbands, we have wives, we have children going to school. We have responsibilities to take care of. And so I'm saying that whatever opportunities or good things are good for Ghanaians that are available to be given to Ghanaians, our party executives should also get their fair share. So if we're sharing scholarships for young people to go and study, of course our party executives also have children who qualify to go and study. If we're recruiting into the public services, into the security services, army, police, fire service, our party executives who have children who are qualified to be to set up small businesses. We also have women's organizers who can take the opportunity of also setting up small businesses. And so our women's organizers to get their fair share of whatever. So there are many opportunities that are coming that we will all take advantage of. It is time for us to stand up and start work. May 13th is just a little hurdle that we are crossing. The main battle is ahead, which is the 2024 election. And Ghanaians are looking up to us, because times have never been this hard in the history of this country. Things have never been so bad. The Akufo-Addo administration has taken Ghana 10 years back. They have completely destroyed the economy. And today we become a beggar nation because we're going around and asking for debt forgiveness. We need not have ended up here. When NDC was in office, and if you even take just my time in office, all the development work that we did in this country, we used only 54 billion cedis. only 54 billion cedis. By the time we left office, the total debt of Ghana from Nkrumah's time till I left office was 120 billion. Today, our debt is almost 600 billion cedis. And I always challenge them, there's nothing to show for it. Just take Okaigwe North. What new thing has happened here in Okaigwe North since 2017? And even the few things that we were doing, the development projects that we were undertaking in this area, when they came into office, it all came to a standstill. And so Ghanaians are counting on us to rescue them. Times are hard. Inflation is high. Prices of things are going up every day. When we give money to our wives to go to the market, the prices of things are so high that when they go, they come with just a little food stuff. The food they cook is not enough to feed their husbands and their children. And the husbands who are in problem, some have lost their jobs. Others too, because of the hardship, they cannot increase the job money. Prices of goods have gone up. In NDC's time, in 2016, a bag of cement was 26 cedis. Today it's more than 100 cedis for a bag of cement. Businesses are laying off workers. I know several businessmen who have laid off most of their workers because they can't afford to pay them. And they come up to me and tell me, but MAHAMA, we're going to support you. Even if we have to sell property to support you, we'll do that. Because our businesses were doing well under NDC. Today, our businesses have all collapsed. And instead, they're piling on more taxes. From taxation to production. What happened to it? From taxation to production. Today, just go to any supermarket or shop and buy products and look at your receipt. Almost 1/10 of the price that you pay is made up of only taxes. And yet these are the same people who promise that they will take away taxes and let production lead the growth of the economy. And so the time has come for them to leave. Indeed, the NPP administration must leave government so that Ghanaians can hold them accountable. If they don't leave government, all the corruption that has taken place over these 8 years, they are going to sweep it under the carpet. A new government must come and hold them accountable to the people. And it's not going to be a father for all kind of thing. If you have stolen the people's money, you will be made to pay for it. All the government lands that people have looted and bought and put in their names, we will question how we took over those government lands. So there's a lot of work to do, but we must make the election first. And I know that the opportunity is now. God has opened the way. But when He opens the way, we also have to take the opportunity by working hard for it. And I know we're going to do that. And so I won't take too much of your time. I want to thank you